For the past 6 years, Barrie Free Methodist Church has been offering a platform for new Christian artists. Shelley Rumble founded Barrie Battle of the Bands in 2005 as a way to raise funds for her youth program.
My husband was in a band in the early 80s, and we had a lot of sound equipment and lights in our garage, and we thought, why not do a Battle of the Bands? And that way it would also be an outreach to the youth in the communities.
Soon, the outreach aspect of Battle of the Bands became a driving force behind the event.
We really believe that music is a fabulous way to reach young people for the Lord and expose them to the gospel. And it's also a very non-threatening event for a Christian person to bring a non-Christian friend to.
In order for an outreach event like this to be successful, it needed two things: people to reach and a vehicle to reach them with. The vehicle at Barrie's Battle of the Bands is music. And according to Shelley, finding people to reach has not been an issue.
We've had a really good response over the last few years. Last year we had 500 kids at this event, and I could not count the number of hands that went up to give their hearts to the Lord that night, and that is what it's all about for us. We want to see young people come to the Lord.
Barrie's Battle of the Bands is an outreach event in itself, but the bands participating have the potential to impact people for Christ as well.
Music's to glorify God, and we believe that, and we wanted to take that to the stage.
Playing in front of the people who we are in front of, there is the opportunity to lead worship, and any chance that we get to do that, that's pretty much what we're here to do.
Even with the right message, it's still very difficult for a band to get started in the music industry. However, the winner of this competition receives a few extraordinary opportunities to do just that.
The winners of Battle of the Bands go on to compete at the Kingdom Bound competition, which is in New York, in Darien Lake, and that's one of the most prestigious Christian festivals there is in North America. There's a lot of other bands there, management, agents, so it's fabulous exposure. We also provide them with 20 hours of studio recording time.
After they spend some time in the studio, another sponsor of Barrie's Battle of the Bands, local Christian radio station Life 100.3, provides the winner with even more exposure.
But what we really want to do at Life 100.3 is give the guys a chance to get on the air, be interviewed by our morning show, give them some exposure, so once they've got that song recorded, which is part of the prize, we'll play it on the station.
Just how big an opportunity is it to play at Kingdom Bound? Zach Haven's band, To Tell, headlined this year's Battle of the Bands and will be playing at Kingdom Bound for the first time as well. According to him, it's huge.
I see Kingdom Bound as being one of many really cool venues and really cool, safe places for a Christian band to play. So I think that for a younger band to get that exposure and to play in front of an American audience, as well as get the opportunity to maybe meet some other bands that are going to be playing there, and other people working in the industry, I think could be a really cool thing for them as well.
Although this is their first year at Kingdom Bound, To Tell is a perfect example of a small Canadian band that is now making big waves in the Christian music world. And Zach says they owe a lot of their success to competing in different Battle of the Bands.
We played lots of Battle of the Bands, and we lost a lot of Battle of the Bands. And so it's kind of ironic coming back here and headlining this thing. A lot of the really huge moments in my musical career where I've changed a lot of things has been as a result of losing Battle of the Bands, because I'm just like, well, obviously this isn't working.
These days, however, it seems like everything is working for the London band. The Problem is a song off their newest album and is ranked by Life 100.3 as the 5th best song of 2010.
It's been great. It's been really cool. When I did my first recording ever, I had like an EP. It was recorded over a weekend, super quick, and I really didn't know what to expect. I didn't really kind of have an idea where I was going with it. But with the new album that I've released, The Problem is a song on that album, I had a better idea of where I was going, the audience I was directing it towards, and it's been really cool to see a real positive response, especially in Canada, for those songs and for the vision that I'm expressing through that. And so it's been really cool, really humbling.
Even with the success, Zach says the direction of the band is completely up to God.
It's just kind of taking it as it comes, and hopefully the next song will do as well, and if not, then that's okay too. Whatever God has in store for us, man, it's like, if God wants us to play at a club like the Fray or Switchfoot, great. If God wants us to keep doing churches like Hawk Nelson, that's cool too.
With the success they have experienced, Zach and Tutel are able to come back and support local bands that are now in the position that they themselves once were. This year's competition was filled with tons of great local talent. However, in the end, only one band could win the recording time, the radio play, and travel to Kingdom Bound. Although, this year's Battle of the Bands winner wasn't even a band.
After hours of battling 8 different bands and hundreds of screaming fans, the judges have finally made their decision. The winner of the 2011 Barrie Battle of the Bands is...
First prize goes to Duty.
Duty, or Collin Simpson, is a 20-year-old rapper from Port Perry who has been trying his hand at rap for the past 2 years. Winning this competition could be just the thing to get his career off the ground.
I've been doing this for kind of a long while now, and it just feels good that it's paying off.
When asked about what kept him going in his music career, his answer was simple.
It would probably have to be Jesus, because he gave it all for us, so it's my goal and job to give it all back to him.
Travis Doucette, one of the judges, explained what set Duty apart from the other acts.
Well, I think first of all, rap is less forgiving than a typical rock number. You got so much coming out in terms of lyric at the same time. So the fact that he was able just to memorize the sheer volume of stuff, and be able to regurgitate it without dropping a beat whatsoever, and his stage presence was just incredible. He drew us all in, and we all had a great time.
And now with this year's event behind them, event coordinator Shelley Rumble is looking to the future.
Well, we'd like to continue on with Battle of the Bands as long as possible. One of our main visions for this ministry is to get some established bands and have them come and do a benefit concert the same night as Battle of the Bands, but to come alongside these new, young, up-and-coming bands and encourage them and advise them, help give them some direction, and for them to give back, because they were in this position once themselves.
And the hope is that Battle of the Bands like this one will give local Christian artists across the country a chance at success. In Barrie, Ontario, I'm Dylan Watson, 100 Huntley Street.